Is Ms. Johnson here? There she, yeah, there you are. Ma'am, you have to unmute and state your name, and then Trooper, state your name, please.
Trooper Weston Williams.
Crystal Johnson.
All right, any offer here, Trooper?
Is this for Mr. Ali?
No, it's for Crystal Johnson. This is a violation of basic speed law. So she slowed off the roadway into the woods due to a snowy, wet condition.
Yeah, I'd offer impeding traffic.
Do you want to plead to impeding traffic, ma'am?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay, so I want to just have you listen to me a second here, and then we can go from there, okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me whether you take impeding traffic or not. We have a hearing that can take place right now by Zoom. Violation of the basic speed law requires you to keep your vehicle under control at all times, no matter the road conditions. So if, as an example, I determined that you were traveling and you drove off into the off the roadway, that would be a violation of the basic speed law. I'm not trying to talk you out of having the hearing, but if we have the hearing and you lose, you're going to get the points. So but I'm not under any circumstance trying to talk you out of having a hearing.
I understand.
So do you want to have the hearing still, or do you want to plead to impeding?
I want to have the hearing.
Raise your right hands. Trooper, I need to see your hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God. Trooper?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, you can proceed, Trooper.
I'm on a crash right now, sir. Do you mind giving me 1 second here? My partner.
No, take your time.
Real quick.
Pardon?
My partner's going to kick these occupants loose, and just give me 1 second here. I apologize.
No problem. All right, recalling Crystal Ann Johnson, 25M491844. Trooper, your name again?
Trooper Weston Williams.
Ms. Johnson, your name again?
Crystal Johnson.
I've had you both sworn in. Trooper, you can go ahead and proceed.
Yes, sir. On 2/15/2025 at approximately 10:39 in the morning, I was dispatched to a crash. It was a one vehicle crash. The driver slid off in the right ditch. It was snowy conditions that day, and I wrote her a citation for a violation of basic speed law.
And that was Ms.
South
Johnson?
75. Yes, sir. That was South 75 near Gibraltar.
Sibley.
Okay.
Or Sibley. Sorry about that.
Okay. Any questions of him, Ms. Johnson?
I have no questions, sir.
Do you wish to testify?
I do. I actually wish I could be in court right now, but obviously Trooper Williams isn't there, so it wouldn't matter. He arrived an hour after the situation, so I would like to state that. Therefore, he had no idea what the conditions were of the roads. I would like to state that I drove 34 miles without incident before sliding off the road. So clearly I was not driving erratically if I made it 34 miles in a snowstorm. I printed out pictures of what the conditions were. You can see his vehicle right there.
Ma'am,
yes.
Before we go on,
Yes.
I'm gonna listen to you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be a legislator here, though. I didn't write this law, and it says what it says. And
understood,
that
sir.
is clearly a violation of the basic speed law. I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm not trying to be mean or any other such thing. This was a technical violation of the basic speed law. I cannot do anything but find you responsible. If you want to take the impeding, you're going to save yourself 2 points. Now,
Sir?
I'm going to listen to you. I'm not going to debate it with you. I'm just trying to tell you again nicely, and then you can tell me, Judge, I want to proceed, or Judge, I want to take the plea, and I'll shut up and listen.
Okay, Judge, I am wanting to proceed.
Okay, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
And the reason I am proceeding is because there was no speed violation whatsoever, as I made it 34 miles without any issue or incident. The officer or you're not listening, so this is great. You're as great as the trooper is. And I would like it on.
Whoa.
No, I want this
Whoa.
on record that this is what the problem is, and this is why I did not want to take the impeding traffic. The officer mocked me. The officer made sure to belittle me. And I refuse to allow that kind of treatment.
Okay.
So that is where I'm
anything
coming
else?
from. That would be it, sir.
I want to make sure that you've had full opportunity to tell me everything.
No, I haven't, because you have made it clear that you do not care to listen either. And it is okay. I have gone through the chain of commands that I need to, and I will continue.
I could tell you had a chip on your shoulder from the get-go. You know that?
Oh, thank you.
I'm trying to help you here, and you want to make your own. You want me to make my own laws, and that I can't do.
No,
I just
you're
asked.
not making a law.
Hang on. I asked to see your record. That's all I said. Do not accuse me of not listening. I heard every single word you said. If there's anything else you want to say, go ahead and say it. I'm all ears. I'll listen to whatever else.
Okay, I'm going to speak now then. Is that okay?
No, it's not right now. Trooper, did you mock her in any way?
No, sir. So she filed a complaint against me to my post commander. He sent the video up to our internal affairs, who investigates complaints, and they didn't find anything wrong with the interaction we had. The only thing that was wrong, I wasn't wearing my hat.
You were wearing your hat, sir.
That's what I told them, but I wasn't wearing it for the whole time. So that's what they talked to me about. I didn't get in trouble for anything else of how we interacted with each other. So,
all right, go ahead, Ms. Johnson.
So when he asked me if I was speeding, I told him I was not. And he gestured to the people driving down the road and said, well, none of these people are flying off the road. To me, that is mocking me. I had been through something traumatic. And for him to say something like that and compare me to people is absolutely sad and not okay. Period. And it went downhill from there. It's not that I have a chip on my shoulder. I showed him the utmost respect. I tried very hard to be very kind until that moment. Then I told him I did not want to speak to him anymore. And he continued to follow me. And I don't feel as though that kind of treatment, basically victim shaming people, is the way to handle yourself as an officer. I went home and had a conversation with my 21 and 16-year-old to let them know, do not call the police if you are ever in trouble. They do not care.
Gosh.
It was awful. It was a bad situation. It's not a chip on my shoulder. It's me being hurt.
All right, listen. Okay. Anything else?
That's it. Just that it was a snowy
I want you to
condition.
understand. I would never condone anybody talking to anybody in a demeaning fashion.
Well,
okay?
It was.
Well, but that doesn't entitle you to a dismissal of the case. I tried to tell you nicely. I tried to tell you 2 or 3. I mean, I don't have any choice but to find you responsible as charged.
That's fine.
I really wish you would have taken the impeding. I really do.
That's fine.
135 is your total. Can you pay that today, or do you need time?
I can pay that today.
Okay, you can go online on 33court.com.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, ma'am. I wish you well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jamie Allen Sawarski, 216R509-5099.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke, appearing on behalf of my client who approaches.
What do you think I'm going to say to him?
Can I ask him where he's been?
Your name?
Jamie Allen Sawarski Jr.
Where's he been?
Your Honor, he's apologetic. I know that I looked through the retrospections, but
Apologetic.
he did pay some money in advance. He is prepared to. I wish that I had Rock with prosecutor today because we get this worked out.
What do you mean he paid money in advance?
He said that 2 weeks ago they called to post some sort of bond. I looked through the file. I didn't see anything. And
Did he post a bond, Lisa? Sawarski?
Let me
I
check.
don't see one in.
No, I don't see anything.
that being said, he can bring his own receipts in, but he did come here with money today. So the bond right now is 3,010%, and he's prepared to be able to pay a bond today.
I set that bond back in 21. That was 4 years ago.
I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger.
How old are you now? You act like,
27.
yeah,
I have
okay.
a kid on the way. I'm taking care of all this stuff now. Not an excuse.
I didn't take it as one. 3,010%. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Can you afford your own lawyer going forward?
Yeah.
You can?
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes.
You have the money to hire your own lawyer?
Family does.
Okay. April 3rd, 8:45. That will be your court date, okay? Go down the hall, get your notice, and you go hire your lawyer, and we will see you back here. Good luck.
Judge,
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. Yeah,
if we have Mirabella, can we do that? Because MDOC needs their
I'm
video.
doing that right. That's the one on
Okay.
top. I'm pulling that right now. Andre Gaetano Mirabella, 24B709735. Mr.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Dax.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor, and your staff, Attorney Quentin Dox, P number 79657. On behalf of my client, Mr. Mirabella, Your Honor, he has some sound problems, audio problems. So that's him. I just asked the court to waive his presence for the purposes here. We'll set up a preliminary.
Hang on one sec. Hang on one second. Just stop right there. Can you unmute that? Detective Tulas, are you here on this case?
Can you hear you now? Can you hear us?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Yes. All right, Mr. Marabella, tell me your name, sir.
Andre Gaetano Mirabella for the record, Your Honor.
Detective, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Crystal Tulas, Detective, Brownstown Police Department.
All right, so we're proceeding to the exam next Tuesday at 10:15. Exam to proceed March 25th at 10:15. Anything else, Mr. Dox?
Your Honor, he needs to be written out. Would that be enough time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll writ the defendant out, Lisa. All right, thank you very much. Anything else, Mr. Dox?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
We should be ready to start right at 10:15. Thank you. Good luck,
Thank
Mr.
you, Your Honor.
Marabella. We'll have you brought over. Thank you, Detective.
It's Sorrell.
Shabazz and Jones. Shabazz, Jones, and Sorrell. Anything else? How you doing, Mr. Sorrell?
Oh, I've been better. I got sucker punched in my bunk for no reason, and then I just stood there, let the blood run down. I could beat the guy up, but I didn't.
Let me get your case and I'll call it here, okay?
And I healed my feet. I got my feet healed up myself. They're healed finally.
Just hang on one second. Just hang on one second.
Yeah.
Did you talk to Ms. Patillo on
Nope.
Sorrell?
Nope.
Why are you guys telling me you're ready if you haven't even talked to the prosecutor? Ms. Patillo, did you go into a breakout room, talk to the prosecutor, and then when you get those files done, have somebody run them in or you run them in, okay? So Gregory Lynn Sorrell, 25W704779.
Good morning, Judge Dion Patillo, P82378 on behalf of Mr. Gregory Sorrell. Mr. Sorrell, can you state your full name for the court?
You have to unmute Mr. Sorrell, please.
That one, there you go. I did.
Sorry about that, Your Honor. This is defendant's
That's okay.
court.
That's all right. Mr. Sorrell, your name?
Gregory L. Sorrell.
All right, so your lawyer is worked this out with the prosecutor. You want a 1 week adjournment of the PCC, and we're doing the exam in 2 weeks, correct, counsel?
Correct, Your Honor.
So, sir, you have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. The arraignment took place on March the 5th. If I grant your lawyer's request, that means that the probable cause conference will not take place within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you waive that right?
I still want the hearing, yeah.
I didn't hear you, sir.
I still want the hearing, yeah.
She just wants a 1 week adjournment. Do you waive that right? And is that going to satisfy you?
Yeah, I knew they wasn't going to let me out the 28th. They were just saying this garbage here. Yeah, all right. Yep, yes.
You waive that right?
Yes.
All right, I'll accept the waiver. We're going to have the PCC 1 week from today at what time, Lisa?
8:45,
Exam will be
April 1st at 10:45.
all right, so we'll make sure we do a writ on him on that date. So April the 1st will be the exam. Next week, March 25th at 8:45 will be the PCC. We'll see everybody here next week. Thank you very much.
My brother.
Judge, I did want to briefly address bond.
You're gonna have to wait for the prosecutor to come in, okay?
Okay.
Where's the prosecutor? Call him, Mr. Muhammad.
That's why.
She wants to address bond on Sorrell. Your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people.
Are you ready on this?
No, Judge, I wasn't aware it was about this case. Can I get like 30 seconds to look at it? Thank you.
Hey,
Detective Cerna, tell me your name, please. Appear on this and tell me your name.
Detective Cerna with the Whittingham Police Department, Your Honor.
What can you tell me about the injuries that Officer Emery sustained, allegedly?
No.
Yes, Your Honor. He received a cut in the back of his right ear, I believe. He had to go to.
He what? Why am I having such a hard time?
He's alive.
Mr. Sorrell. Mr. Sorrell. Please. I am having a hard time picking up all these conversations today. I don't know what it is. Can you enunciate that better for me, Detective? I'm sorry. You said something about a right ear, I think.
Yes, Your Honor. He received a cut behind his right ear and had to receive medical treatment shortly after.
Do you realize you have almost 2 pages to yourself? You have 30 entries in here, Mr. Sorrell. I don't want to talk about this case. This is the problem. This is why a judge got frustrated and set this bond on you. You cannot keep coming in here and seeing us every week without there being repercussions. I'll listen to what you have to say now, Ms. Patil. Mr. Muhammad is in the courtroom. State your name, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people.
What do you have to say, Ms. Patillo?
So, Your Honor, I do understand that Mr. Sorrell does have a history. He's constantly in court. He is not employed. He's receiving Social Security. I'm not sure of the other cases that he's been charged with, but it doesn't seem like he's a danger to the actual community itself. He seems to have an issue with officers. The bond is really high, $250,000. I would ask if the court would consider lowering the bond, a high personal bond along with house arrest. He does have a friend's house in Taylor that he said that he can go to. Thank you.
Anything?
Judge, I just don't see any change in circumstances from when bond was initially set. Also, as defense indicated, the defendant does have a lengthy criminal history. He's also been convicted of felonious assault as a felony. So that's been the people's position. But we will defer to the court's discretion.
Mr.
Mr.
Sorrell.
Sorrell, you have
I would be otherwise. That's why I pleaded guilty. I'd stay in that jail. That's why I pleaded guilty.
Mr. Sorrell.
Yeah, whatever. I'm about Jesus. I don't care. There we go. I'm about Jesus, man. I don't care what happens to me. I don't care. This life ain't gonna be much longer anyway, my man, for you either. So there you go. There you go. I tame my tongue. Look, the power of the tongue. You need to do it. You need to, I don't care, man. I don't care. I don't.
Mr. Sorrell. Mr. Sorrell.
I've been arrested for no reason 20 times, tickets. Look it up, man. Crossing the street. I'm tired of it. All you do is dog me, man. Yeah, dog me, dog me, dog me.
Mr. Sorrell, please let the judge speak.
Well, go ahead. You ain't gonna reduce nothing, so whatever.
Mr. Sorrell, would you let me talk, please?
Yeah, go ahead. You're not gonna reduce nothing, so whatever.
Well, I already wrote it down, so you didn't help yourself, but I'm not gonna unwrite it down. 25,000, 10%, I'm reducing the bond to, same bond conditions. Maybe he could post, maybe he can't post, but I just cannot let this continue to go on. No contact with Detective Cerner or Officer Emery, not to be with him.
Hey, I'm keeping my tongue there, sir, not like usual. I ain't swearing no more at you, man. Take me away, I don't care.
Mr.
Sorrell. That's what I'm doing next week. What's a man of your stature doing here, Mr. Winters?
Oh, you are too kind, Your Honor. I have a PCC this morning before Your Honor.
All right. Well, as soon as I get the file, I'll get you out of here, okay?
Take your time.
People against LaShawn Anthony Kyles, 24B728085. Sorry, Mr. Winters, you were given somebody that didn't show up here, eh?
Well, there's got to be a good explanation, Your Honor. And if I might, I was recently appointed on this case. There's a whole new statutory scheme down there as far as appointed counsel. So I had no way of actually contacting Mr. Kyles. Now, I understand he's habitual 4, but I was just going to ask for another PCC, and I'll obviously leave it to the court's discretion with regard to bond or capias.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to issue a capias. If he shows up in the next day, have him call the court. We'll get an MIDC lawyer here to arraign him, and we'll reschedule for you, okay?
We'll do that. We'll very much appreciate that, Your Honor. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Have a good day. 20,000, 10% warrant to issue, bond to be forfeited. Have a good day, Mr. Winters. Nice to see you. Mr. Meldow, I need you to unmute and start your video and tell me your name. There you go. Your name?
Xander Meldow.
Ms. Ripley?
Good morning, Your Honor. Tina Ripley on behalf of the people, P83688. I'm standing in for the attorney of record, Brittany Johnson.
And good morning, Your Honor. George Brown on behalf of the defendant, P80369. Today is the date and time set for a probable cause conference.
What are we doing? Going to exam next week?
Your Honor, my client understands he's got a right to a probable cause conference within 14 days and a preliminary exam within 21 days. He's choosing to waive his rights to those timelines. I'm asking the court if the court would allow an adjournment of the probable cause conference.
I'll go the 25th and the 1st. That's the best I'm going to do, though. You got to make sure you're available those days.
Your Honor, I'm in a hearing in Clinton County on the 25th.
What time?
Where is that? And I'm in the 18th District Court, but that's via Zoom. Your Honor, 11:30 is the in-person hearing.
Next week?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, then let's set this for PCC next week at 9 o'clock, and we'll set it for exam on the 1st. You pick the time on the 1st.
Your Honor, I'm going to be in the Oakland County Circuit Court at 8:30 that morning.
All right. What, Ms. Ripley? You guys want to pick another date? Yes. I got a special prosecutor. I have no problem, but I want to get these out of here. I'm coming to the end of this state docket here, and I gotta wrap some of these up. So if you guys can pick another date, I'll be happy to do the PCC next Tuesday if you want at 9, and then we can pick a date the following week for the preliminary exam any day other than Friday.
Judge, could we do Thursday for the exam? Ms. Johnson is in trial through Wednesday.
All right, can you do the following Thursday, the 3rd, Mr. Brown?
Your Honor, I will be in Port Huron in person at 9:30 that morning.
How about the 2nd?
I can do the
2nd, Ms.
2nd.
Johnson will likely still be in trial. Well, she'll definitely.
You guys
still be in
pick a
trial.
date. I'm gonna let you go in a breakout room. I want this out of here in 2 weeks. You guys pick a date. I'll be very glad to do it whenever you want. You guys go in a breakout room, okay? Lamar
Okay,
Eugene Thornton, 24B 702-123. Mr. Thornton, your name. Is he here yet?
Judge, my apologies, Judge. I did not see him in the courtroom. I'm still trying to contact him.
Ms. Acock, you ready on Roscoe, Garcia Roscoe? Mr. Kyles, LaShawn Anthony Kyles, 24B 728-085. Your name? Mr. Kyles, I need your name.
Oh, I'm sorry. LaShawn, L-A-S-H-O-N. Last name Kyle.
Late? Why were you so late today?
I've been on here since 10:50 or 9:50. I'm sorry.
Is that true, Lisa?
He was on earlier, but then he logged back in under that device and I didn't know it was him.
You have to come back. You have to stay here with us, okay? Your lawyer was here. I indicated I was issuing a warrant.
Oh,
Want me to call him, Judge?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a quiet place and stuff like that because I'm at work. And it's kind of hard.
But listen, I get it, but I can't work around everybody's schedule, okay? I'm at work too, and this is awful difficult. You got to be on here. Why don't you try to call Mr. Winters if you would, Lisa? See if he's available. If he's not, just tell him I'll adjourn it a week. But you're going to have to show up in person next week, Mr. Kyles.
Okay.
He's in federal custody. He's on Zoom.
Lisa, why don't you just do this? He's probably busy. Let's just adjourn it to the 25th. I won't issue the warrant or forfeit the bond, but make sure Mr. Winters knows that his client was
Judge,
in and out.
I'm on the phone with him.
Yeah.
Just give me 1 second. You asked me to call him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And Judge O'Neill's a waiver and there's no objection. I turned in the file.
Okay.
Thanks.
That's fine. It's okay. It's good to see you, Honor.
You too. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm gonna find out where you're drinking your water. Don't follow me.
These Tuesdays are a little hairy.
I see.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. Meldow. Okay. Xander Ross Meldow, 25M 721-833-FY. All right. Both your names again, please.
Xander Meldow.
And Tina Ripley on behalf of the people, P83688.
George Brown for the defendant, P80369. Your Honor, I understand the court wants to move this out in 2 weeks. I would ask, because the people are busy, that the prosecutor is in trial that next week. If the court would consider, we're both available the 7th in the afternoon, also the 8th and the 9th in the morning.
All right. Do I have sobriety court on the 7th? Let me think. It's a meeting. Let's do this. Mr. Meldow, your lawyer indicates that he explained the rights to you and that you don't have any objection to an adjournment of the probable cause conference preliminary exam, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you have the right to a probable cause conference. within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. He wants an adjournment. I don't have a problem with it. Do you wish to waive that right to have your probable cause conference within 14 days of the date of the arraignment?
Yes.
Anybody force you to do that?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this for you guys, okay? But I can't have any more adjournments. March 25th at 9 will be the BCC. Preliminary exam will be April 7th. April 7th at 1, unless you tell me I can't make it that day, Lisa.
No, you have civil in the morning. The afternoon is good.
Perfect. April 7th at 1, okay? We'll see you guys here then. Thank you very much. Anything else, Mr. Brown?
Your Honor, was it in person or over Zoom for the PCC?
I'm sorry?
For the probable cause conference, was that in person or over Zoom?
No, you can do it by Zoom.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Unless you want to come and see us, you can always, we're not going to lock the doors on you if we see you coming, but you're welcome to do that. But no, that's fine. You can do it by Zoom. I don't have any problem.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, have a good day. And Ms. Ripley,
Yep,
anything
you too,
else?
Judge.
Not for me, Judge. Thank you so much.
It's nice to see smiling lawyers here. I love that. LaShawn Anthony Kyles, 24B728085. Mr. Kyles, your name?
Yep. LaShawn Kyle.
Okay, Mr. Winters, there you are. I'm sorry, your name?
Winters, P35975 on behalf of Mr. Kyles, Your Honor.
So I said I was going to issue a warrant. I didn't know if we'd be able to get a hold of you. I'm now indicating I won't issue the warrant or forfeit the bond. We'll just adjourn it until March 25th. And you can appear by Zoom at the PCC. I can do that at 8:30, 9:30, whatever you want, Mr. Winters. And then we can do the preliminary exam. I'll schedule that for the 1st if you're available.
I am, Your Honor. And
what time you want on the 25th? 8:30, 9:30? I could care.
9:30 would be great.
9:30 preliminary exam then will be April 1, Lisa. We got a lot that day. We're gonna make it at 11:30, okay? 11:30 on April 1.
That's fine, Your Honor. Thank you very much. And I wonder whether either Mr. Kyles has something to write with, or he can I can get his contact information, because as I mentioned, I'm just appointed.
We'll put you two in a breakout room, okay? And let you get that.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. All right. Sir, your name, please?
Marcus O'Neill.
All right. And I think I already asked your appearance.
May it please the court, Daniel Reed, P number 30965, appearing on behalf of Mr. O'Neill.
All right. So your client's going to waive his right to an exam, correct?
I've advised him his right to have a preliminary exam, indicating that they had to show one of the crimes committed, some reason to believe he committed the crime. Understanding that he's executed or is executing a form to waive his rights to a preliminary exam, knowing he's going to be bound over to Wayne County Circuit Court for further proceedings.
Sir, is that what you want to do?
Yes.
You have the right to a preliminary examination on this charge of OWI 3. At that exam, the people would have to show that the crime was committed and that you were the one who probably committed the crime. By waiving your right to an exam, you will automatically be bound over for further proceedings to the Wayne County Circuit Court, Criminal Justice Hall, I guess they call it.
Yes.
Okay. Do you
No more
understand?
Frank Murphy, yeah.
Right. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
You agree to that?
Yes.
All right. And you wish to waive your right to an exam?
Yes.
All right, I'll accept the waiver. I find the waiver's been made voluntarily and understandingly. You're bound over for further proceedings to the circuit court. The AOI date will be on April the 1 at 9 o'clock. People have no objection to the waiver, right?
No
Counsel?
objection. Thank you.
All right, no objection to continuation of the bond, right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, bonds continued as well. Wish you well.
May I say something real quick, Your Honor?
Sure.
My client has indicated that that he does in fact work. He works in Toledo, Ohio, so he does go across state lines. So he needs permission, I guess, from his court to be able to go to work.
Can leave state without consent for purposes of employment.
And also, Your Honor, we wish this court could allow him a temporary license or something, because it's very difficult to get all the way to Ohio with no license. But I don't know if this court has jurisdiction to be able to do anything of that nature.
I don't.
I didn't think so.
I'm sorry.
You have not because you asked not.
I understand.
All right. Now, I would ask for a dismissal. I mean, you could just be rid of me altogether. I'll see you at Christmas.
Take care.
Thank you.
See you. Good luck, sir. Thank you. All right. Thanks a lot. Jones, Nishan.
Let's go.
Nishia Jones, 24B715058. Where is Ms. Wittenhoff?
Your Honor, Kevin Battersby Whitnoff, Mr. Whitnoff, P85532 on behalf of Mr. Jones.
Okay. Ms. Jones, your name? Ms. Jones, your name? Looks like she's connected. Ms. Jones, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Can you tell me your name, please?
Nishan Jones.
What kind of motion do you want to file, counsel?
Motion to exclude evidence, Your Honor.
What kind of evidence? Why can't we just do that at the exam?
The audio recording, Judge, if you'd prefer to do this all at the exam, that's just fine.
Why do you want to exclude the audio recording?
Because I believe that it was obtained in contravention of Michigan law.
In what respect?
Well, Michigan law penalizes as a felony when an individual who is not a party to a conversation records the people who are having the conversation without their consent. That's a 2-year felony. And that's exactly how this evidence was obtained by an individual who was not a member of law enforcement, and it was then provided to law enforcement.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead. I can do that right before the exam if you want, or I can give you 2 weeks to, I can give you a week to file your motion, and we can have that heard next week, and then the April 1st will be the exam. You want to do that?
Judge, if I may check my schedule.
Mr. Muhammad, your name?
Mohammed on behalf of the people.
Judge, that should be just fine, so long as the court would be willing to accommodate the preliminary exam on April 1st a little bit later in the morning, say around 11 a.m.
I'm going to be backed up that day. I'll give you that time. I hope others resolve. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I'll be glad to do that, but just understand you might be going to lunch here somewhere.
That's
close.
fine, Judge. Thank you.
Ms. Jones, you have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. Your lawyer wants me to adjourn the probable cause conference. If I do that, that means the probable cause conference will not take place within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You wish to give up that right?
Yes.
Anybody force you to do that?
No.
Waivers accepted. We'll set this for March the 25th. At what time, Lisa?
10 o'clock.
At 10 a.m. Preliminary exam will be April 1. I think I'm just going to have to get him to do this later in the day. This is too crazy. Let's just set this at 1 o'clock. The exam. Oh, no, I can't. Well, we'll have to do it at noon on April 1.
Judge, any of those times are fine. Thank you.
And Judge, just to confirm, it's due next week, but I can respond.
No, you can file that by Thursday or Friday, right?
Sure, Judge. I can file it by Friday.
So motion to be filed no later than noon, okay? Motion to be filed by noon Friday. And then you'll have until Monday.
Okay.
I got to move these. I'm getting backed up. You know what I mean? I just can't do any better than this. So that's what we'll do. You get your motion in by no later than noon Friday. You'd help if you got it here Thursday, but if not, I understand. And we'll have a hearing on Tuesday. Okay, good enough. Have a good day. Ma'am, good luck to you. We'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you.
Judge, one final question, please.
Yes, sir. Wait, don't go anywhere, ma'am.
33rd District Court has e-filing for criminal cases, Judge, or should I email it to your clerk?
You can email it to my clerk. We don't have them filing for criminal cases. I don't think any district court does.
Okay, and her email address, Your Honor?
Lisa, you want to give it to him, please?
It's Lisa at 33court.com.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day. Take care.
Judge, I also have Mr. Shabazz on your docket today. On the court's time, of course. Thank you.
No, that's fine. I'm going to do it now. Keyshawn James Shabazz, 24W721-6112. All right. Where is Ms. Shabazz now? I'm looking out there. There you are. Ma'am, Ms. Shabazz, you have to start your video and state your name. Detective Davis, your name, please.
Detective Davis, Woodhaven Police Department.
Good morning, Ms. Shabazz. Or
Mr. Your Honor.
I don't know. I'm sorry, my apologies. Mr. Shabazz, your name?
Bisha Shabazz.
All right, so what are we doing on this one here?
Your Honor, I did receive digital discovery from the prosecutor on this case. However, it was digital discovery that was for an unrelated matter. There is outstanding body-worn camera that I have not received. As I stated, Judge, all the digital discovery that I received from the prosecutor was for a completely unrelated case. I'm asking for an adjournment of the PCC so the prosecution can provide that discovery. 7 days should be sufficient.
Detective, you understand what he's saying?
Yes, Judge, I do.
So you make sure you'll get that information ready for him in the next day or so, correct?
Correct.
All right, so you can have direct contact with Detective Davis if you'd like, Mr. Battersby. And Mr. Mohammed?
Yes, Judge.
Did you have something to say? I need your appearance.
Mohammed, on behalf of the people, my understanding is the incorrect discovery was uploaded, and so we reached out to the OIC, and I believe he'll be uploading that shortly, and we'll send it to defense.
All right, and Mr. Shabazz, you have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days. Your lawyer's requesting an adjournment. If I grant that request, the probable cause conference will not take place within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you wish to give up that right?
Yes.
Anybody force you to do that?
No.
I'll accept the waiver. We're going to set you down for PCC. I'm sorry, Mr. What did I give you on the other time, Mr. Battersby? What?
Judge, you gave me March 25th at 10 a.m.
Okay, so we'll do that one March 25th at 10 a.m. and then April 1 I gave you at noon, right?
Noon, yes, Judge.
I'm gonna set those for the same times. Okay. Thank you very much.
The PCC is March 25th at 10 a.m. and the exam for Mr. Shabazz is April 1st at noon, correct?
Correct.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Justin Edward.
Hold on, Mr.
Justin
Shabazz.
Edward.
Let's talk in a breakout room. I can come back to the court if there's anything I need to address with the court, okay?
Okay.
Don't say anything. All right. Your Honor, if you would be so kind. Thank you.
Sure. Justin Edward Horn, 24W7035731. Ms. Bates, good morning. Your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Melanie Bates.
What are we doing with Mr. Horn here? Is he up?
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people. Judge, I was informed that this case has been moved to a new date. However, my docket does have this up for an exam today. My witnesses are here and the officer is here, the officer in charge.
Well, on March 4th, I put it for the PCC today at 10 and the exam at 10:30.
The docket that I received and the docket I received from the court today does have this case scheduled for an exam at 11 a.m. So I think there was just maybe some misunderstanding or a clerical error.
All right. Mr. Horn, your name? Is that Mr. Horn there?
Your
My
Honor,
understanding is he's in federal custody.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who that was, Judge. That's why I brought him in.
Sir, in the interview room at the county jail, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Richard Pittman.
So did we ever have the defendant read it out from Livingston, Lisa?
Yeah, we did. They were here earlier, but they're gone now.
They just
Your
get
Honor, I can waive
impatient,
his
huh?
presence. I can waive
They
his
just get
presence to set the
impatient.
exam.
Let's do it for next week then. Exam next week at 10:30. So we'll proceed
Yes.
the exam at 10:30, March the 25th. And we'll have the defendant read it out for the exam.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Bates. Have a good day. Thank you.
You as well.
Judge, for Mr. Pittman in custody, the attorney waived his presence. It's moving to exam next week.
Where's, oh, we already set that for exam?
Yeah, that was Mr. Batar.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Batar waived the deputy, Mr. Pittman's Presence was waived by his lawyer because we thought that you guys didn't know about it or what have you. So we're just going to proceed to the exam next week. He'll have to be brought over and we're going to send a writ over, okay?
Was bond continued?
Yes.
Did you get that?
Yes.
Okay, Your Honor, is there any way that I would be able to address bond at all? Any bond issues?
I can't do it without your lawyer. I'm sorry. I really am.
Okay.
I really am. Okay. Sorry about that.
All right. Thank you.
See you next week.
Yep. See you next week. Thank you.
Your Honor, I'm ready on Walker with a special prosecutor. It's just a dismissal.
Do you have that? Okay, somehow, wait a minute, Mr. Muhammad, somehow you guys have to convey, I don't know what's going on. We're sending the files back here and I don't have a special prosecutor in the building. Somehow I need to have the files brought in. I saw Mr. Darren out there.
There's a special prosecutor on Zoom.
Yeah, I see that. But when I don't get the file, nobody's giving me the file, I'm not calling the case. We don't have the case to call. So,
oh, you're saying the file for the special prosecutor is in the back?
Correct.
Okay, I can go grab it.
So Ms. Maddox, maybe in the future you could at least convey to Mr. Muhammad, if you guys have his phone number, that, hey, you can bring that file in now. This happened a couple times today, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You waiting around and the defense lawyers waiting around and everybody else waiting around. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, so let me get that file out of here. Mr. Martell, I believe Mr. Thornton came in now.
Judge, we don't have it.
Where in the world are those files going?
It might be with the domestic violence prosecutor.
All right,
I can go check with Bruce, but I don't have it.
Ready on Thornton, Judge, when the court is ready.
I think that we have to get those in here. Well, I'll talk to you about it later, Lisa. I got an idea. All right, Mr. Lamar Thornton. People against Lamar Thornton, 24B 702-123-FY. All right. Counsel, your appearance.
Thank you, Judge. Once again, good morning to Your Honor. Good morning to your fine staff. May it please this most honorable court, Edward Martell, P85051, on behalf of Lamar Thornton. Mr. Thornton, please state your full and complete name for the record.
Lamar Thornton.
All right. Mr. Martell, they've got an offer here, it looks like. I'm presuming that this is their offer. Just give me 1 second. I don't even have a register of actions on this one now. Tuesdays can be tough. Somebody have the
Judge, I don't have it in my office and it's not in the domestic violence prosecutor's office either. I don't know, maybe somewhere back here.
All right, let me take one thing at a time, okay? Mr. Muhammad, your name.
Muhammad on behalf of the people.
I don't know what happened to the register on this file, but we'll have to dig it out. As I understand it, this is an offer to a 1-year misdemeanor, RNC 200 or more, but less than 1,000. And he's going to plead to suspend on the notice.
Correct, Judge.
Except there's a second offense notice and it doesn't appear as though the agreement calls for him to plead to that charge. Is that true?
Judge, what's the second offense notice regarding?
Let me just double check. Well, I believe it was drive while suspend second, but let me just double check.
So the plea agreement was to plead to count 2 as charged. My understanding was DWLS. So there would be no reduction to count 2.
Hang on 1 second. Just give me a second, please. Yeah, Okay. Okay, so you're right. So there was no second offense notice on the suspense. So he's going to plead to 200 or more, but less than 1,000 in 1 year, and he's going to plead to drive while suspended 93-day misdemeanor. There's a third offense notice, and the felony will be dismissed, correct?
Correct, Judge. And just for the record, this plea offer was discussed with a supervisor.
Okay, fair enough. So Lisa, I don't know how I'm going to note all this. I'll put it on a piece of paper. We're going to have to find the register. Mr. Thornton, if you plead guilty, and that's your understanding, right, Mr. Martell?
That is correct, Judge. The felony is going to be reduced to the 1 year misdemeanor, plead to the 93-day on the DWLS, correct?
Mr. Thornton, if you plead guilty to this charge, receiving, concealing stolen property, 200 or more, but less than 1,000, that is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 1 year in jail, fines 1,000, costs are all. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you plead on the suspend charge, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 93 days jail, costs are all those, and 2 points. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You are presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If you plead guilty, you're waiving your right to a jury trial. You're waiving your presumption of innocence. You're waiving your right to remain silent. You're waiving the requirement that they prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You're waiving your right to testify or remain silent, to bring in your own witnesses, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a jury trial of any kind. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. All right. So the charge, receiving, concealing stolen property, 200 or more, but less than $1,000. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you on December 28 of 21 at or near Sibley Road near Brownstown Drive, Brownstown Center Drive in Brownstown Township?
Yes.
And were you in possession of stolen property?
Yes.
Did that consist of rings, necklaces, earrings?
Yes.
And did you know that the property was in the vehicle and that it was stolen property?
Yes.
Okay, where was it located in relation to your person?
Taylor, Michigan. Well, it was in the trunk.
Okay, were you driving the vehicle?
Yes.
Had you put the items in the trunk knowing that they were stolen?
Yes.
All right, are you on probation or parole?
No.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No.
All right, and at the time you were operating that motor vehicle, was your license suspended?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to accept your plea to both charges. I find the pleas have been made voluntarily and understandingly. I'll accept the plea to RNC 200 or more, but less than 1,000. Driving on a suspended, the RNC 20,000 or more, plus the third offense notice will all be dismissed. I'm going to refer you for a pre-sentence report. Okay?
Okay.
So I want you to write this phone number down so you don't have to wait around all day. You got a pen handy real quick?
Oh, 1 second.
And then we're going to give you a sentence date on this, Mr. Martell. What day's good for you in the next 3 weeks?
Judge, certainly I would leave it to the discretion of the court. We will certainly make it work.
Okay.
I'm ready.
What do you want to do? All right, 737, write this down, sir. 734-671-0201, extension 245. 671-0201, extension 245. Call them, tell them the judge wants you to get a pre-sentence report. And he wanted you to call to find out what's a good time today, tomorrow, or what have you. What date of the sentencing, Lisa?
April 1st at 8:30.
April 1st at 8:30, Mr. Martell.
Thank you, Judge. Is that via Zoom, Judge?
I mean, I'd prefer you do it in person unless you can have your client there to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood, Judge.
So if you can have your client in your office, I'm fine with it. Otherwise, I'd really prefer you be in person for that. April 1, 8:30. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys here then. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good one.
Have a
Did
great
you
day.
find the Walker file? Somebody find the Walker file for this poor guy. Do we have any idea where that file is?
Judge, I checked my office and the.
Lisa, do you have any idea where, I'm just curious where the files are going on these,
I send every single file to the prosecutor. I don't know who's doing what. So the whole staff goes to the prosecutor.
I gave the whole stack.
Judge, it's not even my case. I didn't review the case. I don't know anything about the case. It's not
okay,
my file.
okay, no, nobody's saying, but did you double check and just make sure that the files aren't back there?
I did. I checked like 3 times. People do come in and out and do grab files. And
Well, who's grabbing files?
I mean, everyone does.
Who?
Attorneys, officers. I mean, it's
Well,
for cases that aren't mine, and so I really don't know what to do or say. I'll continue looking.
okay. Eric Stephen Bushrow, 24M2336-109. Your name? You have Mr. Carmen. Where's Mr. Carmen again? I feel like I need a posse here to help me out. You know that?
You gotta arrest these guys.
Have a seat 1 second at the table there. Is it there? Walker?
Yep.
Okay. Don't sound so positive when you tell me that you didn't have it next time, okay? Mistakes will happen. I get it.
The sex practice case.
It's all right. Give me the phone. Zachary Arnold Walker, 20F724-769. Mr. Walker, your name?
I think he's got to be let in, Your Honor. But Nicholas Stern on behalf of Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker, please unmute yourself, turn on your camera, and state your name for the record.
Zachary Walker.
Ms. Maddox?
Good morning, Your Honor. Brittany Maddox on behalf of the people, P83204.
So what are you doing on this?
Your Honor, at this time, the people will know the process. And
Okay, what happened?
our complainants in this case are deceased, Your Honor, and the next of kin does not wish to continue.
And the who doesn't wish to continue?
The next of kin, their daughter.
All right, so people are nolly processing. Case dismissed. Lisa, we're gonna take all the bond conditions out of here, okay? And that's it. We'll just take all the bond conditions out. There's a personal bond. And that's it. Case dismissed. The motion of the prosecutor. Have a good day.
Thank you,
Take care.
Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Would
You
you
have a great
like
day.
me to submit
Thank
an
you.
order, or does the court have one?
I'm not gonna prepare an order. If you guys want to send me one, I'll be glad to sign it. I'd appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
can sign my
Eric-
name to that, Ms. Maddox.
Eric Stephen Bushrow, 24M336109. Your name?
Eric Stephen Bushrow.
Michael A. Carmen, P73824. I'm ahead.
So you pleaded no ops, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do? He didn't sign the advice of rights form.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
All right, look.
Sorry, Your Honor.
It's been a long morning and I'm taking 5 minutes. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Stay seated, everybody. Eric Bushrow. 24M336109. Your name, sir?
Eric Stephen Bushrow.
Michael A. Carmen, P73824. I'm ahead for defending, Your Honor.
This is going to be a plea to no ops, a suspend to be dismissed, true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
If you do that, the possible penalties are up to $100 in fines.
Yes, sir.
90 days jail, costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You just sign, read, and understand the advice of rights.
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights,
Yes, sir.
and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, to the charge, no valid operator's license on person. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on I-75 near Dixon, Brownstown?
Yes, sir.
March 7 of 24 at 7:15 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Did you have a valid license with you on your person?
No.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No.
Plea is accepted. The no ops, the suspense dismissed. I find it to be an accurate plea and I'm ready for sentence.
I'm gonna ask for sentencing of fines and costs, and my client can pay those in full by Friday.
Anything, sir? I can't hear you.
No, sir.
50 fines, 150 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 3 1/4 or 30 days. You can pay that by Friday,
Yes, sir.
March the 21st. If something happens, you don't have the money, call the court. We'll go on Zoom. I'll give you an extension. Just don't ignore me, okay? Best of luck. Thank you. Dalton, Alfred Henry Dalton Jr., 25T702518FY.
Ready, Your Honor. Good morning. Julian Puda on behalf of Mr. Dalton.
Good morning, Mr. Puda. Where is Mr. Dalton, your name? Mr. Dalton, I need you to start your video and state your name, sir. Mr. Dalton, I need you to start your name and state your video, sir. Mr. Puda, call your client.
Alfred Dalton.
All right, so counsel, this will be a waiver, right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And is that what you want to do, Mr. Dalton?
Yes.
Okay, so you're charged with possession of less than 25 grams of cocaine. That's a 4-year felony. You have the right to an exam on that charge. At that exam, the people would have to show that the crime was committed and that you were the one who probably committed the crime. By waiving your right to an exam, you will automatically be bound over for further proceedings to the Wayne County Circuit Court. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Anybody force you to give up your right to an exam?
No.
And you still wish to do that?
Yes. Sorry.
All right, I'll accept the waiver. I find the waiver's been made voluntarily and understandingly. You're bound over for further proceedings. AOI date will be April the 1st in the Criminal Justice Center in Wayne Circuit, April 1st at 9. Bond is set at $20,000 personal, no objection to waiver. It says on the prosecutor's form, and I don't anticipate him having I've asked him to tell me if there's an objection to the bond, so I'm going to go ahead and continue the bond. He's not in the courtroom. Bond's continued, 20,000 PR. Same terms. You've been going to AANA twice a week, sir?
Yes.
Let me see your form, please. No alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs, no contact with prosecution witnesses. AANA twice a week. You cannot leave the state, cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Hand that up, and let me see that, and we'll get you out of here, okay?
Yes. I went yesterday. I didn't get it signed, though. I'm going to get it signed.
I just want to have it signed. Show me the signed copy, sir. How many times have you been there? This was February 6th. You showed me 3. Your mask's off. You should have been there 12 times. You want me to raise your bond to like 20,000 cash now? Is that what you want me to do?
No. No. I just.
Well, then why aren't you going?
I have been going. I have people there that can witness. I just didn't get a sheet till the last time the 2 times I went.
Mr. Puda.
I didn't know I had.
Mr. Puda.
Your Honor, I'll make sure that he's getting.
Explain to some of these individuals that this isn't a suggestion or a request. Will you please? I mean,
yes, Your Honor, I will advise him.
I mean, I should raise this bond right now. I should have you both come in and we'll have a bond revocation hearing. And then I can set a bond and you can sit in jail until July when the case is over with. You follow me, Mr. Dalton?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Do you follow me? You're not listening. Now, I didn't set this bond. Judge Heston set this bond February 6th. Now, you can do the math. There's 22 more days in February, plus 18 more here. That's 40 days. That's roughly 6 weeks. You should have gone 12 times. You showed me a sheet with 3. What does that mean? How many light are you? 9.
I have been going. I just did not know about the sheet until like 2 times ago. And they told me that I can get it signed for people that are witnesses that I've been there.
Mr. Dalton.
And
tell some other judge that, okay? I don't want to hear it.
I know. I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm sorry, but
well, you are making an excuse. Listen, I'm gonna continue your bond. If I were you, I'd make sure I do that before I go back to the circuit court, because that judge might ask, probably will ask, and you need to do this, okay? You got it?
Yes.
Good enough. Mr. Puda, have a good day.
You too.
Bond
Take care.
Continued. Thank you. Knighton, Solomon Wesley Knighton, 24F 16369. Mr. Knighton, your name?
Solomon Knighton.
Good morning, Judge Deanne Patillo, P82378 on behalf of Mr. Solomon.
All right, so your client pled guilty as charged of domestic violence. He was referred for a pre-sentence report. Have you had a chance to review that report with him? And are there any material? I'm not keeping you up, am I? I mean, you're sore, tired. If you want, we could reschedule this. If you're that tired, you'll be yawning over at the. What's that?
I said I've been here for like 2 hours.
I was late, Judge. I apologize to the court and my client.
I've been here for longer than 2 hours, but I get it. Okay, what do you got to say? Ms. Patillo, did you have a chance to review the report with him? Are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions? And by the way, is there a Natalie Brown here? Natalie Brown in the courtroom? Is she here? Does not appear. She's not on Zoom either, right, Lisa?
No, not on Zoom.
All right, so restitution, if any, will be handled through civil litigation. Go ahead.
So, Your Honor, I did have a chance to review the pre-sentence investigation report with my client. There are no additions, deletions, or corrections. I would just look at the recommendation. I would ask that the court would follow the recommendation 1. And then number 5, excuse me, of the recommendation says that there's no contact, direct or indirect, with the victim in this case. She is the mother of Mr. Knighton's 2 children. And at one of the pre-trials, she was contacted. And she stated that it was okay for Mr. Knighton's mother to exchange the children. And I just want to know if that's still an option that Mr. Knighton has so that he can see his kids.
Okay, anything else?
Other than that, Your Honor, this is a situation that Mr. Knighton does apologize for, and I do want to remind the court that he was actually the one that called the police. This is really a situation where it should be handled in the family court at this point so that Mr. Knighton can maintain a relationship with his children. He's not employed at this time because of the instant offense, Your Honor. Other than that, I would just ask that the court follow probation's recommendation of the 15-month probation and any other conditions that the court may order.
Just give me 1 second, please. All right. And they have 2 kids together, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
What do you want to say, Mr. Knighton?
I didn't hear you.
What would you like to say, if anything?
Nothing really.
What?
I don't want to make it seem like I'm making excuses or anything, so.
Your Honor, as stated, and I don't want to say too much because the complaining witness is not here to speak for herself. But these altercations are usually caused after she goes through Mr. Knighton's phone.
After she goes through what?
His phone. So that's why I said that the matter really should be handled in family court so that these 2 individuals do not have to have contact. They can just exchange the kids through a third party or at the police station. I just really don't want the court to think that Mr. Knighton is a danger to the community. This is
No, but he's got an issue with women, obviously.
not women.
Well, he had 2 domestic violence. How old are you? How old are you?
23.
All right. I mean, come on. He's got 2 domestic violence pleas, at least 1 under Haida and 1 here.
Right.
Well, tell me, I don't want to debate this with anybody, but he clearly is not showing respect for women. I mean, he's a big guy. Look at you. You could have played offensive tackle. What are you picking on women for? I'm serious.
Your Honor, it's just not. The other situation was a misunderstanding with his mother. Everything is perfect between them now. He has no other situations or charges with any other females. And again, with the children's mother, she's somewhat the aggressor in this. As stated, he called the police on her on this day.
I got it. And I'm not condoning everything she did here either. Okay. I mean, I saw some of the things here that troubled me. She was following him, but You still don't push a woman down, throw them down, none of that. 15 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No contact with the victim, Natalie Brown, except you're permitted to have indirect contact through your mother, through his mother or her mother?
His mother.
Through your mother to effectuate visitation with the minor children, okay? So your mom can deal with that and sort that out. Restitution to be handled through civil litigations. You're not to possess or purchase any firearms. No purchase, no possession of any firearms. I want you to serve 3 days on the court work program. There's a $105 a day charge, $105 charge for that, $35 a day. I'm going to give you 8 hours of community service to be completed by April the 30th. The domestic violence program, they're recommending 26 weeks. I'm going to make it 8. I think that's fair. So 8-week follow-up with domestic violence program, fines the amount of $200. Costs the amount of $200, probation fees of $300, $105 in court work program fees. So all of that told amounts to $805. You have a screening fee of $60 for $865, plus your crime victims fee and justice assessment of $75 and $50. Your total's $990. You pay that, you stay out of trouble. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 93 days. You have 21 days to appeal and 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal if you cannot afford one. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Can he pay all this today?
No, Your
How much can he pay today?
He's unemployed.
I don't know, at least 200.
200 today?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then how about 50 a week? And I'll give you some leeway time, give you some time to get a job. Actually, that's another, you're to obtain and maintain employment and provide proof, and I'll have you pay 50 per week, and I'll start that beginning April the 24th. You need to be working harder, right?
He had a job, Your Honor. He lost it because the complaining witness called his job.
Well, shouldn't be carrying a gun anyway. If he was working for a security agency, so you understand I'm ordering you not to possess.
I wasn't carrying a gun.
He wasn't carrying a
Okay,
gun.
but you understand I'm ordering you not to possess firearms or dangerous weapons, true?
Yeah.
All right. You'll meet with probation. I wish you well. Just make sure you do everything you're supposed to do, okay? Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Corey Paliza, 2199-71265, your appearance.
Good morning, Judge Dion Patillo, P82378 on behalf of Mr.
Seen a lot
Corey
of youth
Paliza.
lately, haven't I, Mr. Teal? Seems like it. It's
Right,
good.
it does.
Your name, sir?
Corey Stephen Plaza.
All right, so this can be a waiver, right?
Correct, Your Honor. I have explained to Mr. Paliza that he has a statutory right to a preliminary exam, and he wishes to waive that exam and be bound over to the Third Circuit Court.
Is that right? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
If you do that, the possible, you're waiving your right on these charges. You have 1, 2, 3 counts of UNP. Those are 14-year felonies. You have the right to an exam on those. By waiving your right to an exam, you'll automatically be bound over for further proceedings to the circuit court. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Anybody force you to give up your right to a preliminary exam?
No, sir.
And you still wish to do that?
Yes, sir.
And you understand you're waiving the requirement that the people show that the crimes were committed and that you were the one who probably committed the crimes. You understand that by waiving this exam?
Yes, sir.
And again, nobody's forced you to do that?
No, sir.
Waiver is accepted. I find it to be made voluntarily and understanding where you're bound over for further proceedings, same bond conditions. You're going there April 1 at 9 a.m. to the Criminal Justice Center for arraignment on the information. Bond is otherwise continued. Ms. Patillo, anything else?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Have a great day. Sir, any questions?
No, sir.
Good luck to you. Thank you.
You too, Judge. Thank you.
Real quick, Brent Keith Early. And
Yes, Your Honor.
25T708726, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Paul Pavelski on behalf of Mr. Early.
Mr. Early, your name?
Brent Early.
All right, so we'll continue to exam next week at 11:15.
Your Honor,
Exam.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Your Honor. I think the prosecutor wanted to move it to April 1st with the,
Why? Where's the
he said
prosecutor? Get him in
he said he
here.
had 6 exams next week.
That's April 1st. He's gonna have 12 on April 1st. I'm telling you, I've got more set for April 1 than I do next week.
Okay. I can do next week, and so if that's better for the court, then.
Yeah, let me talk to him. What's that? Good morning, Mr. Where's the prosecutor? Get him.
I just called him.
I'm just gonna keep it on for March 25th at 11:15. That's what I'm gonna do. March 25th, 11:15. Make sure you tell him that, please. Mr. Mohammed, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people.
You're gonna have a lot more exams on the 1st than the 25th, so we're gonna have to do this next week at 11:15, okay?
Whatever is.
All right, good enough, thanks.
All right.
Thank you. I can't adjourn this again, Ms. Aycock. Luis Alonso Garcia Roscoe, 25B700769, your appearance?
Good morning, Your Honor. Leslie Aycock, on behalf of the defendant who's present to my right. Can you please state your name for the court?
Luis Alonso Garcia Orozco.
I just can't adjourn it. I'm sorry. We're gonna do the exam next week. Maybe you can get with them before then, but I just can't keep adjourning these.
Just for the record, we adjourned it last time for discovery. I did receive the final bit of discovery just somewhat recently. Gave me an opportunity to speak with Mr. Mohammed this morning. I'm seeking to write a deviation.
I know. I see that, but you've had the discussion. I just cannot keep adjourning these. I got too many to do. I'm sorry. This case been going on. He was arraigned February the 11th. I mean, this is 6-7 weeks since then. So I'm sorry. I'll invite you to communicate with them, and hopefully they'll take care of it. But otherwise, I'm just getting too backed up. Sorry. March the 25th at 11.
We do. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I would say we do anticipate, if we're not able to get a resolution through Mr. Bresnahan, we do anticipate this being a waiver. May we still appear by Zoom?
As long as it's a waiver and you do it by 10 o'clock in the morning next week, I don't have a problem. So he can at least call off his witnesses. So I mean, if you decide you're going to waive, just call my judicial clerk. I'll take it at 8:30 if you want. But if they got to come in, you're going to have to be here in person, okay?
Okay.
So if you can do it early, no problem. Otherwise, you'll have to be in person, all right?
Okay, very well. We'll plan on appearing at 8:30 then.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Randy Shoemaker, 24B724-247.
Good morning, Your Honor. Stephen Barker for the defendant.
Your name, sir?
Randy Shoemaker.
Mr. Mohammed, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people.
This will be a no contest plea as charged, right?
Correct.
No
That's correct,
sentence
Your Honor.
agreement other than, why are you guys telling me how many months probation I have to do?
Judge, that's our standard from our office.
I don't care what your office. They're not going to set the probationary terms. I'm sorry. I've tried to tell you that nicely. They want to be the judge. They need to run for judge. I don't know what to tell them. I'm not saying I'm not going to do 18 months. I might decide to do 19. I might decide to do 24.
I would just say, Judge, it's a minimum is what we're requesting. Is the minimum is 18. That's why the plea form does indicate additional terms and conditions set by the court.
I get it, but I want to make sure this is a recommendation, not a sentence agreement. If it's a sentence agreement, I'm gonna have you go talk to him again.
Well, Judge, if the court is not willing to accept as a sentence agreement, then I guess it has to be accepted as a sentence recommendation.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure you're gonna be good with that. Nobody's gonna be jumping up and down if I decide to place him on probation for 9 months or 10 months or 2 years or 6 months or 12 months.
I understand.
Okay. All right. So your client understand that, Mr. Barker? This is just a recommendation here. No guarantees as to anything. If you plead, and it's going to be a no contest plea, I presume, because of the possibility of civil litigation. Correct, Mr. Barker?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And you stipulate I can use the police report to establish a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Correct, Judge, from the.
And you do as well?
Yes.
Sir, do you understand everything that's going on here?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead no contest, it has the same effect as a guilty plea. I'll take a no contest plea because there is a possibility there would be civil litigation on this. And if you plead no contest and you, as opposed to enunciating facts, I'm going to look at the police report. I'm not going to be asking you any questions about what happened. And then that would be to your benefit. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead no contest to moving violation causing death, it's punishable by up to a year. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign, read, and understand the advice of right? You didn't sign an advice of rights. You're presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If you plead no contest, you're waiving your right to a jury trial. You're waiving your right to a trial of any kind. You're waiving the presumption of innocence. You're waiving the requirement that they prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You're waiving your right to remain silent and to cross-examine their witnesses at a trial and to bring in their witnesses your own witnesses at a trial and use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses at a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
If you plead no contest, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. To the charge of moving violation causing death, how do you wish to proceed? How do you wish to plead?
No contest.
All right, I'm going to review the report. I've had marked Peoples 1. All right. Based upon my review of the report, I find there's a factual basis for the plea. Are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody force you to plead no contest?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the plea is accepted to that charge of moving violation causing death. I'm going to refer you for a pre-sentence report. You are going to go down the hall, get your court date, and then you'll come back across the hall where you'll be interviewed. Counsel, where your office is where?
My office is in Novi, Your Honor. I'm usually coming from Howell.
I'd like either you or your client to be here together or at your office together, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Normally I have been. I unfortunately put this in the book for the wrong Tuesday. I thought it was for next Tuesday, so I apologize to the court. We have been there 3 times already.
We'll have a sentence date. When do you want to do this, Lisa? Let's set it a date other than the 1st. How about the 8th?
Yep, April 8th. Do you want to do a little later, Mr. Barker?
Court's indulgence for just a second, Your Honor.
Sure.
April 8th will be fine, and whatever is good for the court.
You want to do it at 8:30? Can you get here in that time?
I won't look very good, but I could.
I'll make it 9:30 for you, okay?
That would be fine, Your Honor.
So you go down the hall, get your notice, and then you go across the hall and you'll be interviewed by probation. Then you'll come back for sentence. Any questions?
No.
Best of luck.
Thank
Keith
you,
Scott, Keith Allen Scott.
Thank you, Your Honor.
25D231862. Thank you, Mr. Barker.
Keith Scott.
All right, you're going to plead the failure to exhibit a hunting license.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Hunting license or fishing license? Were you fishing?
Oh, that's fishing.
Huh?
It's fishing.
Yeah, you were fishing, weren't you? Yeah. Failure to exhibit a fishing license. Why do you write hunting anyway? Is that what you want to do? It's a civil infraction.
Yes, Your Honor.
You cannot, why are you catching 33 perch over limit? You cannot do that.
Your Honor, it was.
I don't want to sit and lecture somebody.
No, it was, they changed the rule from 50 to 25. And where I was fishing, it's kind of on the border of the lake and the river. And then, of course, I was already over 50. So It was a double mistake, my fault.
To the charge failure to exhibit fishing license, responsible or not responsible?
Excuse me, sorry.
To the charge of failure to exhibit fishing license, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
I'll accept the plea, 220. Please don't do that again, okay?
Yes,
That's a
Your Honor.
lot.